What's up, y'all? It's your boy Vic XL, Riding Dirty Radio, back again with another video. All right, before we get into it, can you please do me a favor and make sure you comment on the content, subscribe to the channel, and hit that like button. And while you're hitting the like button, make sure you move on over to that bell and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime we drop content, go live, etc. Also, check out the Country Rap Report with my brother Spank, giving you the best in country rap music. We drop brand new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. right here on YouTube. All right, so let's talk about the content. Now, I'm not in the studio like normal because I'm actually on the road, but I felt like I definitely needed to drop a video and talk about this that's going on. Like everybody's talking about it. It's like trending all over, especially on these YouTube streets. All right, let's talk about the death of Mr. Kevin Samuels. Now, a lot of you people watching this video, you might know who Kevin Samuels is, you might not. But Kevin Samuels was a life coach or relationship advice giver or therapeutic relationship therapy, self-therapy type of YouTuber who provided content when it came to relationships, betterment of yourself. A lot of people viewed it as negative, especially when it came to black women. It really depended on how you viewed his content. He'd been on YouTube a while, but he kind of rose to fame during the pandemic era, during COVID-19, when it seemed like a lot of people had opportunities to watch more YouTube, and a lot of his comments and a lot of his episodes went viral. And a lot of the things he said, he kind of divided people. Some people agreed with it, some people didn't. It depends on, what side of the coin you were from. A lot of people also said that he was the leader of the manosphere. It's hard for me to say that sometimes. A lot of people said that like he was the guy to bring forth this content geared towards men to kind of put women in check or kind of put women at bay. But it really depended on how you viewed Kevin Samuels to what your opinion of him was. All right. Well, on Thursday, May the 5th, 2022, there was a 911 call made, and 911 came to the apartment of Mr. Kevin Samuels. A female called 911. She was with Mr. Samuels, and he had cardiac arrest. Now, how it's being reported, him and the female were together. He complained about chest pains, and he collapsed on top of her, and she called 911, and he died on the scene. Now, interestingly enough, about the situation with Kevin Samuels, there hasn't been a lot of major platforms saying he died. Like, I haven't seen anything on the news. I'm a big fan of Fox News. Haven't seen anything on Fox News. I haven't seen anything on CNN. I did see something on TMZ, but it just hasn't been a lot of major publications or media outlets stamping this situation. But it has been stated and notified that he has transitioned. Now, we haven't gotten at the time of me filming this video, I haven't seen an official statement by his family or anything like that, but it's pretty much known fact that he has transitioned. Now, oddly enough about this news kind of broke on actually May 5th before major media, anyone really picked it up. You had like some smaller YouTubers, some smaller media outlets talking about it, but no one major had talked about it. He hadn't officially been pronounced dead. But the ironic thing about it is a lot of ladies, I noticed a lot of ladies and some guys was celebrating in his death. I even was listening to a YouTube show, and one of the callers said that Kevin Samuels was, he carried the mark of the beast. He was like sent here to do Satan's work. There were a lot of people who were offended about his message. A lot of people who might have had weight issues, because Kevin Samuels sometimes talked about women of a certain weight shouldn't pursue certain men. A lot of women who felt like they might be in a certain class level didn't really agree with him or didn't care for his message. A lot of people didn't like him talking about a high value man. The ironic thing about this is, my take on it is, regardless of whether you agree with him or not agree with him, this still is a man. This still was someone who has children. He has family. And once he's transitioned, I don't think the negative energy or some of the negative contents people are giving are necessary. Like, I don't really understand how we can really speak ill of the dead. If you didn't agree with him, fine. If you didn't agree with him, fine. But to be glad that he's dead, that makes absolutely no sense. Because instead of wishing him dead, if he offended you, he's a YouTuber. You could turn his YouTube show off. He came on nightly, but you did not have to go to his channel. You didn't have to see anything he retweeted. You didn't have to see anything he put on Instagram or any social media. Matter of fact, if it came on your timeline, you could just skip past it. But to go as far as being glad that this man is no longer here, I have to ask those people, what did he personally do to you? What did he do to affect your life? A lot of people feel like some of the things he said were true. I so happen to be one of those people, especially when it comes to the way sometimes a lot of women view relationships or view getting men or feel like they're a catch, and maybe they're not. But it really depends on your stance and your view on relationships, your stance and your view on dating, pursuing one another, chivalry, whatever your stances are. That's going to say whether you agree with them or whether you don't. And the thing is, him being a human, no one is going to agree 100% with anything anyone says. So again, I don't really understand the people that are celebrating his death. I think that it shows absolutely no tact. It shows no anything of decency. So I really think everyone who's glad he's dead, y'all really need to check yourself in a major way, because that's like super weird to be glad that this man is gone and he never done anything to you. Actually, he was trying to provide information that would help uplift. Now, a lot of women feel like Kevin was always on the women, always on the women, always on the women. But a lot of people don't know, Kevin Samuels has been on YouTube a very, very long time. And in a lot of his earlier videos, he was on the men. He was on the fellas. So if you do your Kevin Samuel research, you'll see that he provided a balance of just trying to make people better. Now, the one thing I know is the truth is harsh. And that harsh truth sometimes is what people don't want to hear. But if Kevin Samuel says, hey, you're a woman who makes $30,000 a year, maybe pursuing a guy who makes $5 million might not be in your best interest. Maybe, maybe not. If you're a woman and you got 3 kids, 5 kids, pursuing a guy saying, I want a guy with no kids, maybe that's not in your best interest if being married or being in a relationship is what you're aiming for. But again, he was just a YouTuber. So to be glad that he's no longer here, to be glad that he met his demise, that is just the most insane thing to me when it comes to people and humanity. It's insane to just be happy someone who never done anything to you is gone. There will be a lot of people who praise his message. And the one thing I know about YouTube, his message will live on forever. And the really, really dope part about it, in his death, I'm sure his views are going to go up, and his family will be able to continue to thrive off the monetary gains from the work he left behind. Now, you can't tell me that in itself is a major accomplishment. Being able to do something that can help your family tree or the next generation. So sometimes, man, when we start judging people, we really got to look deep within ourselves and say, even in judging people, are we wrong? Because again, this guy was just a YouTuber. He was just a man with an opinion. And all of us have an opinion. And we know most of our opinions stink. Most opinions stink. So again, man, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. Kevin Samuels. He was 56 years old. He was 56 years old. He was born in 1966. He transitioned here in 2022. 56 years old, in the prime of his life, one of the top African-American YouTubers. He's no longer here with us. Rest in peace, Mr. Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace again, Mr. Kevin Samuels. All right, y'all. Do me a favor. Stay blessed, stay strong, and you won't go wrong. It's your boy, Big XL, riding Dirty Radio. Till next time. Peace.